Hey, SheKings. We are excited that you are here this week. We are going to be talking about potential and what keeps us from reaching our own potential. And yeah, we're super excited to share it with you. Um, One of the biggest things that keeps us from reaching our potential is living for other people, living the life that we're supposed to live. But in this episode, we're going to get into some other ways that we limit our potential. Um, yeah. So enjoy the episode, send us some feedback, and look out for something new that we're going to have out, an ebook that really dives into potential and getting out of your own way. So, cheers, guys. Enjoy the episode.
You are listening to She Kings with Erica and Allie. This is a podcast for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives. Every week we share insights on how to stop living out of habit and start living out of inspiration. So let's do this. Welcome everyone to She Kings.
Welcome, welcome. We are back after a couple of weeks of recording on our own. You started your mini monologues with Allie, and I started stories to wake up to. So that was fun.
That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. And so we're going to be sprinkling those in throughout the month. Along with our regular recording. So for those of you who are new, welcome to She Kings. And for those of you who have been with us for a while, welcome. And what is She Kings? So every week we bring clarity to overused spiritual buzzwords and little known spiritual concepts so you can live a life with more freedom and ease. And Erica, what episode is this?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. This is episode, it's episode 42. So
42.
yeah, we've been doing this for over a year now, and we are over 40 episodes in. In the first round, we did 20 episodes. And so now we're 22 episodes in to our second season and plus 2 individual talks. So we're powering through, people.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you guys about how you enjoyed the mini monologue and the stories to wake up to. And if you have any topics for us, for me, stories, for Allie, anything about metaphysics or quantum physics, because that's her jam.
Yes.
Any questions, definitely send them to us at theshekings@gmail.com. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we do.
So, yeah. What's up with you, homie?
What's up with me, Ann? The huge. It's spring. I'm loving the weather. I'm getting ready to put, we bought some raised gardens. So they're on the deck.
Nice.
And I'm getting ready to plant. And so I love it. It's my favorite time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, however, it's usually the safe time, I'm using air quotes, to plant is on Mother's Day. That has been the rule of thumb forever. So I grew up on a farm, rule of thumb. However, for the last few years, it's been snowing in June.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's not it. So I don't know when to plant. I don't know when's the okay, because I know we're going to get another snowstorm. I know we are. I just don't know when. So yeah. I don't want to put everything into the little gardens and then we have a nice freeze and then I have to go back to Home Depot, stand in line.
Yeah.
1 in, 1 out situation to go get some more
herbs.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So I'm just holding on, waiting to put my plants in the ground.
Listen, I'll tell you, we actually bought some raised gardens as well, raised boxes.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we're planting is some sativa marijuana
What?
Boom. Yeah, because it's Amsterdam, bitch. We can do whatever we want. Right. So
I
we've
love
got our first
it.
little, I need to post, I'll post that on Instagram. So we got our first little sprout, and I have like
Yes.
that like quintessential marijuana leaf like growing in my backyard.
Oh my
And like
gosh.
as legal as it is here, it's not super awesome to have them. So Dylan was like showing his mom, like, oh, see, we got our broccoli here. Here's our cauliflower. We got some arugula. Here's our parsley. And then he like went over to the other side, like, here's some basil. And I'm like, oh, wait, you
You
didn't
forgot.
show her that one right there. But anyway, the moral of the story is I tell you this because the it was a big deal for us to decide when to put it in the ground because the weather here is so iffy.
Yeah.
And when things are iffy, it recommended that you put them in the 1st of June. So
Yes.
that might be your answer.
That's where I was filling into. It's just like, no, I think it's June. The beginning of June is going to feel good.
Yeah.
Even though last year it snowed the last day of May, first day of June.
Yeah.
There we got hit
Listen.
hard. Yeah.
But I feel like they can like somewhat survive that if it immediately warms up.
Yeah.
But, anyway. So
Well, thank you for that little tip because I mean, it's legal here. I can totally plant a plant. Like,
you
why didn't I
can.
even? I can.
You
I need to get
can.
on it, and I shall. I don't even smoke, but just to have it.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna do
that's the thing. I can't be out here smoking in these streets too much. So, so yeah, so it's not like a big deal for me. I don't even think it's that big of a deal for my husband, but we can. So we
it.
did. It's happening. Um, and yeah, I can send you the website that we use. There's so much cool stuff out there, and like
Oh yeah.
really whatever you like, like they have
Do.
got it.
I'll sell it to
All
my
right.
kids. Like, don't worry about it. Just throw me a couple of bucks
Total dealer. Look at her.
and let me hook you out. So you don't have to go. You don't need to go to the dispensary. I got you. Just throw me down. Just Venmo me. They would love me so much. They just be like, all right, cool, cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's so funny. Man,
This-
what is the universe laughing at you about?
yeah, no, I really was literally about to say that. So this past weekend, I did a stay-at-home retreat. And when I sat down for it, I was like, Erica, stay open. Because, I'm a judgy bitch sometimes. And like, and it's so funny because like I don't feel like I'm that judgy, but when I'm in these situations anyway. So the woman who would have been for me in previous encounters like this, the most annoying, literally had the best insights for me. Like every time she spoke, I would be like, "Nyeh, nyeh." But like, what are you talking about? And, honestly, in the end, what was sort of worked through in that conversation was always a massive eye opener for me. And so the universe was like laughing its ass off as I got enlightened by, this woman who, was just trying to work through her shit, right? So as much shit as I talk, and as it turns out, her shit was my shit. So
Yeah.
it was
I
awesome.
so want to get there.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not there yet. I'm still judging you.
I'm in my little
Yes.
cocoon. This is just my shit right here. That's it. There's no other shit besides my shit. And I don't need to hear it from anybody else.
Praise the Lord.
I love that so much. Girl, I have to tell you, I think we said the last episode, the mung bean cleanse. Real quick. I am on day
yes.
14 of this cleanse, and I literally feel 25 years younger.
Yeah.
Which puts me younger than you. So I would like to point that out.
Well, not really, because I actually did the cleanse as well.
That's true.
And therefore, I only did 7 days, but I feel 20 years younger. And I forget what our age difference is, but I feel like I'm slightly still younger
You're
than you.
slightly
So
still
there
younger.
you go.
However, I'm going to like day 21, maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks. So I'm going to be like hitting 17, 18.
However, I plan to start it up again.
We're going to be, and now I'm like at birth. I totally beat you. I'm at birth.
I'm
Really?
at
Because
birth.
I'm in the womb. I'm in the womb. I win.
But I'm in my last lifetime. I'm in my last lifetime, and I only weigh 3 pounds. Okay, I weigh 3 pounds, a kilo and a half. What you got?
Oh my gosh. You guys, we still need to do that. We need to put up a blog. If you were interested in what we were talking about the mung bean cleanse, it is life-changing. I have 4 of my friends and family doing it now because my experience has just been over the top, and I will write about it probably next week. So I'm going to get another couple weeks in to get my 21 days in. And it's been crazy. It's been so good.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah,
love it. Yeah.
yeah. It
And
was really beautiful.
can you get enough of ghee? No, absolutely not. Ghee is
Yes, I can.
no.
I can get the most
Wait,
I can handle of ghee is none at all.
ghee.
That's as
Oh
much
my
as I
gosh.
want.
And when I found out they did vanilla bean ghee, I was like, wow, that just opened my world. And so I'm just like, do you know what I can do with vanilla bean ghee? I'm in it for like another 6 years. What are you talking about? Now that they introduced vanilla bean ghee, oh,
Oh God.
I have so much shit
Yeah,
that I could be doing right now. And it's amazing.
yeah,
All right. Episode 42. This is
yes.
going to be amazing. And we're actually going to expand on this. Top 4 reasons you keep screwing up your potential.
I
And I
don't
don't know
even think
why
we should
that.
say like top 4. Like we should just say the reasons why, and then when we get finished, we'll count them.
Oh, that's true because it might
And they'll be
change.
like top 17 reasons.
Yeah, it's top 500 reasons why you
Yeah,
keep screwing up your potential. So I love this. How to go from scattered to focus without giving up your interest. So this was a
yeah,
really fun topic to create and to explore with you. So
yeah.
talk to me about being scattered.
I mean, I think for both of us, we've been doing the SheKings thing for a while, and we love it. We've been doing our own thing for a while. You with the studio, you with your coaching, and me with my coaching, and it's like everything is moving along and it's sort of doing its thing, but we're noticing, we're not getting the most out of these experiences. We're not maximizing our potential for SheKings or for our personal things that we have going on. And so just taking a minute to look and see why was super, super awesome. And one of the top reasons that we saw was this idea of we're super scattered, right? It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, it's easy to be scattered because there are a million words for scattered, words
Right.
that sound much better, right? Like you're like, oh, I'm very busy. Yeah, scattered.
Right. I'm
Oh,
productive.
I'm productive.
Yeah.
Like I'm contributing. I've got my hand in a lot of different things. You're fucking scattered. My favorite way of being scattered is that I'm waiting for a sign from the universe. I'm waiting for inspiration to come through. And it's like, so what are you doing in the meantime? Scattered.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you're not doing what it is that you need to do. Um, so
I love that.
yeah.
And I think every single client that I've ever, like for the last 16 years, it's being scattered, whether it's family, work, the future, the past, the what ifs, all of that is just another way of being scattered instead of just focusing on what is happening in the moment.
I think another way that we're scattered that we don't notice it is when we're really super focused on one part of our life to the
Yes.
exclusion of every other part of our lives.
Ooh,
And
that's good.
that's kind of a tricky one, because a part of what we're talking about today is focusing. But what we can do is say, oh, I'm so super focused on my spirituality, on getting quiet. Oh, I'm so super focused on my yoga practice. I'm so super focused on my business or my career or whatever it is. And that's a different type of scattered, sort of in the reverse, because then other things start to fall through the
Yeah.
cracks, and it starts to look like, work is good, but health is terrible, relationships are terrible, general wellness is terrible. Like, it's just everything else is a hot fucking mess. And so it's sort of scattered by omission. Like, I'm just not giving this any attention at all because I'm
Right.
so super focused on this other thing. Yeah.
Right. And those are the things that are still going to show up regardless. Right. So family relationships, all that stuff are still there. So it's not like you cannot not pay attention to them, because they'll let you know.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
you're not paying attention to me. And here you go. Yeah. I love it. So why this now? Like, is there something in the air asking us to focus? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, is it called the COVID? Is that what's in the air?
Yeah. I feel like for both you and I to get to this point at the same time,
Yeah.
it says something. But I'm seeing it also with my clients and my community. It's like everybody is, now that everything is settled down and things are getting, are moving less, we're able to move less. You're sort of sitting around and you're looking, you're like, maybe I should give some attention to these things that have been falling through the cracks because of my scattered energy. It's also a situation of when we were super busy pre-COVID time, you know, Netflix or, hanging out where there was always a distraction. There was something to keep us away from focusing on that thing. But now, we got people who are like, I finished Netflix.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. And don't think
Constantly finding a
that
distraction.
that like anything can be a distraction. Even the fear of the future is a distraction. Anything that takes you off of course. So in tarot deck, it's a temptation. That's what the temptation card means. Is it's just anything to take you off course. So like understanding what your main thing is, your main focus, then let that be it. Whether it is just relaxing, like today I'm just going to relax. That's my main thing. And then the next day, I'm going to read or I'm going to take a course. Like that's what I've been doing, is taking all of these courses that I forgot that I signed up for. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now is a perfect time to actually take all these courses that I already paid for and put them to use. Actually learn how to use them. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. So, and it's so cool, like in this time that we have a choice to take it one step further. So eating, so being distracted in your eating, being distracted in your viewing, being distracted in social media, and doing all these things with no point just because you're bored. And so understanding like where is the distraction or the scatterness coming from? Like what's the core of it? So it's easy to say I'm scattered. Okay, but what is the core? So it can be I'm scared, I'm bored, I'm uncomfortable, I'm overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those are things that can come up, but what an amazing time it is now, because we can't go anywhere, to sit with it and just be like, okay, now I see where this is stemming from.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think that it's worthwhile to note that, we're not saying that you have to go and do something grand and new. I've seen all these articles about like, I'm not going to fucking learn a new language during this time. Like, I'm not going to push myself to do anything other than sit down. It's like, first of all, if you don't want to learn a new language during this time, feel free not to. Right. And if somebody else is super fired up to like learn a new language or, lose the extra weight or whatever it is they want to do, like, you don't have to be a fucking hater and like write articles about how they
Right.
need to stop like bettering themselves because that's what they want to do. But that's, just for the record, not what we're talking about. We're not suggesting that this is a time to better yourself. We're talking about potential.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about potential, we're talking about those things that have been coming through, those things that have been calling you for quite a while, that you have been using either scattered energy or distraction to stop you from moving forward. And
Yeah.
we're saying now is the time to ask yourself, why am I not moving forward? How am I scattered? How am I distracted? And I'll use the example for me. And Allie and I were talking about this earlier today. I look back at the number of times that I've been on the edge of doing something fun or doing something, quote unquote, big, whatever that means, and how I've held myself back. And so in this COVID time, I am like, what is that all about? Right? When we're moving and shaking, there's no time. We say there's no time to analyze this. And for me, honestly, this has been with this first few months of the year has been about really coming down to this moment. And I've seen that I have been using spirituality to stop me from moving forward. Right. So it will be like, okay, it's time to jump. It's time to make that move. And I'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter. God takes care of everything. The universe is, handling it. So I don't have to take a step. I can just trust the universe. What are you going
Yeah.
to say?
Or it's the shit's not real anyway. So what's the point? That's my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what the issue with that is that it ignores that calling that was inside of me. It ignores it. It says, I'm literally connected to the universe, and the universe is literally coursing through my body, powering through my body, and saying, Erica, do this thing, do it for me because I want to feel and I want to experience what this would be like. And I get right up to the edge and I say, oh, it doesn't matter. And then the question then becomes, why am I saying, oh, it doesn't matter? Why am I pulling myself back? And I've, had the chance to really look and see that for as much as I talk about how easy and fun and wonderful and how free and easy I am, there are some thoughts that come up that scare me back into um, into inaction.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I just pump out this spiritual bullshit and say, no, it wasn't that. It was just, I'm so fucking spiritual. Bullshit, right? Bullshit. You're scared and you are not owning your freaking power. And like to sit and to see that this last little while and to see how I've been using scattered energy and like being so busy with so many other things, right? So the universe is stopping me, scattered energy is stopping me. Distractions in the traditional sense are my thing, but like you were saying, another way to be distracted is be distracted by the future.
Yeah.
And so I would say that that's actually a third reason why you keep screwing up your potential because you're like so concerned about, well, how is it going to turn out?
Yep.
You're so
Absolutely.
concerned about getting a particular end as opposed to just enjoying what you're doing. Um, that, yeah, you find yourself trying to protect an uh, ridiculous outcome that you made up today. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm so afraid about not getting that in the future that I won't do anything today.
Yeah. And
Um,
that is pulling from your past, right? Well, this hasn't worked out before, or this happened too, and
Mm-hmm.
that caused me so much pain or suffering, whatever it is. So I don't want to put myself through that again. And so pulling from
Or
your past too. Yeah.
it's pulling from your past in the sense of, and I've seen this with kids when I work with them. Some yoga classes I used to offer with kids. There was this one girl, she was so good. And at a certain moment, she stopped wanting to participate. And I was talking to her mom about this. I might have told this story before, but it's worth bringing up now. And her mom was like, yeah, there's this thing that we praise kids for doing well, and then they become afraid to not do well again.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, that's for me, that's a really, really big thing. So when her mom said that, I completely identify with it. And this is this idea of whether or not you have a growth mindset. And, growth mindset says that I can do a little bit. I can do a little bit. I can get better. I can get better. I can get better. Whereas the non-growth mindset, I don't know what the opposite of that is kind of how I've operated my entire life, says you're either good or you're not. And so for me, when I have that feeling that I'm not good or not good enough, then if my outcome is that I have to have it be good, or I have to win at the game, or I've got to be great, and I don't feel like I'm good right now, then it's just like, well, might as well not even do it
Right.
because I'm not going to get the outcome I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's really good. That's good. And a good point is to, like, focus can be anything. Like, let go of the story that you have around focus. Like, don't think that focus needs to be productive, that it has to look a certain way, feel a certain way. Like,
Yes.
focus could be absolutely anything. Like, I'm just going to focus on my food today. I'm just going to focus on fucking watching, finishing this last season of Ozarks. Like, why would you
Don't.
not? So good.
Distraction.
It's so good. But focus could really be anything, like whatever your focus is. So getting the gardens in, that is just such a good focus for me right now. Rearranging the space. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, my daughter with my 4 grandbabies moved away. So we had access to them every single day, 2 blocks away for the last several years. And she moved to Texas within a week. Like, she just said, I'm out. She lost her business. Her apartment wasn't working with her. And so that's just, and so she's gone with all the babies. And so me and my husband are just like, wow, that frees up like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So now we're refocusing, because before the focus was the babies. Like, even when they weren't here, they're up the street. Like, let's go take them for a walk. Let's do this. And so now it's just pivoting what we're focusing on in between crying gobs of tears. Then I can focus. Come back. Or now I have to be, and she's good about it. She's like, Mom, we'll FaceTime you in a couple of days. I'm like, oh, a couple of days? Like, like, why not right now? What are you talking about? So, because she's trying to get her stuff settled there too. So it has been good, but I mean, that's just a different shift of focus now, and being okay with
Yeah.
it. That's the key, is being okay with it. So speak a little bit with consciousness, like like conscious in the realm of all this.
I think that, to your point about focus, like, there are these sort of larger overarching focuses. When we talk about reaching your potential, we're talking about something um, uh, sometimes that is very big, but there's also this idea of like your potential in the moment, and coming to, um, what I've really been working with lately is this idea of power and presence coming together. And so it is, as this energy from the universe is coming through you and wanting to be born out through you, um, this power is coming through you. There needs to be a certain amount of consciousness, a certain amount of presence that helps you to understand that that is what that is. Because a lot of times, if I look back at my life, there was times where I had plenty of power, and I was manifesting like crazy. But what I was manifesting was stuff that I didn't want. It didn't serve who I really and truly am, right? I was manifesting, this degree, this job, this money. And I hated my fucking life because I didn't have the presence. I didn't have the consciousness to actually hear and receive from the universe what it is that would serve me and would be aligned with me. When we step into and we combine the power and the presence together, the consciousness and the power together, then all of a sudden you are here in the present moment and you are actually following and moving with the power that is coming through you, right? The power that
Right.
you are, as opposed to succumbing to, I have to do the mind. I have to do all these things. I have to have my hand in all the pots. Or let me just focus on this one thing that's a lot less scary to the exclusion of the things that are super scary. Or let me worry about what's going on in the future. This is like, come right here, right now. Come right to this moment. Feel the energy coming through. Have the consciousness to feel the energy coming through. And know that the power is also then there for you to do it, to live your potential. So anyway, the fourth way that we screw up our potential is not preparing properly. No, the fourth way that we screw up our potential, right, is not having the consciousness of what is coming through in
Yeah.
the moment.
Ooh,
So
so good.
yeah, we just ride
Absolutely.
on pure power. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I love that. And we get distracted with the alert of being bored and then the opposite of being bored is being in everything and doing all the things. So what we discussed was the bottom line of all this is not wanting to feel uncomfortable, not wanting to look at our dark side. And then also there's no commitments, right? So then you don't have to worry about any particular outcome. There's so many different reasons why we don't align with our potential, that we love being scattered for whatever one of those reasons that it might fall into, right? But yeah, there's so much depth to this, and I think that we could talk on this. As we say this for every topic, we could go for hours on this.
We could though.
We totally could.
So just to recap, the four reasons why you keep screwing up your potential: one, being scattered with your energy; two, being distracted with random shit that's a lot more comfortable than actually like being and living your potential; three is what I like to call future tripping, like so concerned about how everything's going to turn out that you ruin your potential for today. And the fourth one is not being fully in contact with spirit, with consciousness, with presence. And so the things that you're acting on, the potential that you're reaching is not your potential, but what society says you should be doing, or
right. Absolutely.
whatever. Yeah.
I love it. And there
Absolutely.
is so much that we could talk about this. And I am excited to put together our free offering to dive a little bit deeper into this. So I hope you guys are a reader, because I am now a writer. And you're about to experience that. Next week, tell the people a little bit about what we are going to be talking about, which piggybacks perfectly to this this episode.
Yeah. So, I mean, this week we're talking about why you're not reaching your potential. And next week we're going to expand on some of the stuff that we talked about today, and tell you guys how you can tap into your potential, right? How you can.
I love this.
Go ahead.
No, I love this. I love this. Like, and the things that we're going to share with you on how to tap into your potential are going to be obviously from our own experience. So this is something absolutely to tune into, because it's going to be really good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man. So, Allie, please tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me on all of the social medias at Allie Duncan Be Seen. And my website is IamAllieDuncan.com. And
listen,
yes.
wait, Allie's on TikTok, people.
Oh, I am on
Okay.
TikTok. How fun is TikTok?
I'm obsessed with it.
It's so good. Oh my, when my daughter told me, Mom, you need to get on TikTok. And I was like, what? No. And then once she's like, yes, once I did. And you have 60 seconds to share your message, people. And that's like right up my alley, because you can tell that I talk so fast. And I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm on TikTok. And I'll post my handle on TikTok too underneath, so you can see all my little spiritual fun videos that I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's so fun. And then Erica, where can the people find you?
Erica Danielle overshares. Erica Danielle overshares on Facebook and on Instagram, and ericadanielle.com.
Love
Yes.
it.
And you can find us both on Instagram at the SheKings podcast. And yeah, we got some new fun stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
We're sharing it all: music, books, meditations. Yeah. So find us.
And please, you guys, go to YouTube, go to iTunes, give us 5 stars and maybe some little verbiage, which is always good for feedback. We just want to get the message out there. We love your guys' support. And then also too, we have Patreon. So you can donate $8 a month, keep us going, and to offer all the things that we're offering and new stuff that are coming up. So don't forget to tune in next week, and when we share some tips on how to tap into your potential. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in, peeps, and we'll be in touch.
Holla.
Bye.